Hey everybody, how's it going? Happy weekend to you all. Nice to see ya. Dolly and I were just having a really good old chuckle about the good old days. Well, I mean, the days when we don't wish this, but it was funny. We were talking about the days when we used to just get on stream and there'd be no one in chat, like no one. And we'd just be um, sitting around just chatting to one another, going, "Oh, look, there's someone here. How's it going?" Oh, they're gone. Oh well, no worries. Uh, and yeah, now we're talking about how he's going to get some spy glasses to go to CrimeCon. Spy glasses, everybody, because only spies or people with an agenda would go to a crime conference with the old glasses that have the hidden camera in it. But then it's not quite hidden though. There's like they all have little lights in them. We're getting cheapo ones though. We're looking at cheapy ones. And yeah, anyway, his dad, he was just saying that his dad is like really sus on the whole going to this conference and why is he getting spy glasses? And is it gonna cost like $7 for a Snickers there? Anyway, he can tell you about it later. Good evening, Skettyona. How's it going? Nice to see you. Hey, Knitting Artisan. Redondo Beach is here. Hi. Hey, Ruthann. Ruthann, we've known you since way back then. We have. And Dali, we have, sorry, not Dali, David, we've known you since way back then. Are we talking about Sal's mum tonight? Actually, we might. We might bring Dali's mum into this tonight. Now, guys, this is actually, I know I'm a bit behind with the Meegan thing. I'm sorry. I was caught up with other stuff, like, having a job. Oh, oops. That might just touch a nerve for Meegan because she doesn't like it when, we talk about having a real job and stuff like that. But apparently she has a job now. She's an adjunct professor. And I get a little bit sus on people who say they're an adjunct professor these days. Yeah, I'm a little bit sus on that. Is it at UNLV? Just not sure about this whole adjunct professor thing, but we'll see. Because she's poor. She is very poor. Yes. Yeah, apparently she's an adjunct professor. I haven't been paying much attention to the Meegan thing, but I did not realize that everything fell apart for her because of us. All of us. It's all our fault. It's because we've been saying mean things about her. Yes. A volunteer adjunct professor? Well, surely not, because she's not going to make any money that way. Because we're the reason why she makes no money, everyone. Yes. Or work at Costco. Yes, Cookie. Christina has set a high bar. Where are we? Christina has set a high bar for Dali to match at CrimeCon surveillance. Yes. Absolutely. Hey, Bo Bear. Happy trip to CrimeCon, Dali. Yes, for $9.99. Thank you, Bo Bear. All right, I'm going to bring Dali in. Dali, you need to tell the story.
What story?
About your dad. What did your dad say about you?
Oh.
Glasses.
That story, not that story. Okay.
The other story.
I was going to tell the one that happened at Home Depot, but another time.
No.
Please. I was doing my research today, as one does, trying to look for some AI glasses, maybe a knockoff kind, or should I get Ray-Bans? My dad looks over because, it's a family business. Don't recommend it, but there we go. Why are you looking at spy glasses? I'm looking at glasses that record. They're kind of noticeable and they're pretty common nowadays. They're so spy glasses. Why do you need them? Jesus Christ. Really? So then I had to go and explain. I know, Junior. I had to go and explain. Yeah, my dad probably thought I was going to be a pervert or something. No, I'm trying to get them to document my trip so I can create content. He apparently doesn't understand that I actually do things online. And
It's that Australian woman, isn't it? It's her. She has put you up to this, hasn't she?
yes, well, he did ask if that Aussie girl was going. I'm like, no, not this year.
Well, she kind of did put you up to it.
Well, yeah, I did not mention that part. And I was going to tell him, like, well, I know a woman who had them and it actually saved her quite a bit. And then I'd have to get into the whole restraining order thing. And,
Yeah.
my dad
So
probably wouldn't.
This is quite different to how your mother reacted when she found out you were going to CrimeCon, because you said you were going to Vegas, and what did she say?
I said it was just going to be for a work thing for content creation. She said, I don't care if it's hook or for hookers or blow, as long as you're getting out of the house.
Your dad's not that supportive of this whole thing, whereas your mum's all like, go, hookers and blow.
Which is really ironic, because growing up, it was the exact opposite. My mom was the super strict one, and my dad just did not care.
Interesting.
And, yeah.
Well, I mean, you are 36 and, 3 cats, your own condo, and a yellow car now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can kind of do what you want. But, I mean, it's a family business.
Yes.
So, this is why this discussion is happening.
Yes.
Your mom sounds like fun. Yeah. After CrimeCon, you'll be an expert and can write a how-to book. Yes. Dali has an awesome mum. I want them on stream, but I don't think you do.
No.
No. I'm still upset about Meegan's dog in that prison cage behind her. What? There's a dog in a cage? Oh shit, I'm just looking at the background behind her at the moment. I didn't realize that was a cage. Holy crap. Wow. And Dali, can you please not type into StreamYard under my name? Thank you.
Well, okay. In my defense, I did open up a new window to type into it. Unfortunately, I'm logged into your thing, so it still.
Can you please not? Yeah, thank you.
It wasn't intentional.
That was not. Yep. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Not intentional.
Not intentional.
That's what Sarah Boone said. Okay, let's get into it. So, Meegan had a big wine fest, and it was the first time she went live for quite a long time. And I missed this during the week. Jolene covered it, and I was like, okay, cool. I'll let Jolene deal with the Meegan stuff, because Meegan is super annoying. And I don't think I can handle her talking about being a life coach and all that kind of crap. And since then, I gave in. I was like, actually, this looks maybe tad interesting. And then I started watching it last night. I was like, holy hell, she's blaming everybody else for her whole downfall in life. I need to show Dali. So, let's go.
Yeah, only Hella can do that about me.
Yeah, I can blame you for that. Now, I'm going to have her transcript up for a little bit at the beginning, because Meegan's so annoying that I'm going to be using her transcript to just like blast through a bit of it. There's some parts where she just starts going off on tangents that are really boring. So I'll use that to skip through some of it. Thank me later, chat. Hey, Hot Ham Radio. She's been live on her other channel, apparently. She has another channel? Oh, really? Why this woman thinks anyone would want life coaching from her is beyond me. Okay, so let's go.
I need all the help I can get.
Have you been going to her?
That
Secretly?
explains a lot.
Welcome to the revolution. It's been a minute,
Ugh.
and I'm happy to
Okay,
see you
Paul
guys.
Revere.
I've missed you. I wanted to rewind a little bit and talk about some backstory. I think there probably are a lot of people here who don't
Awesome.
know a lot about.
Can you rewind and double check you're on the right microphone, sweetie? Why does it sound like you're at the bottom of a tin can?
Does she actually sound like that?
I think so.
Or is it us? It's normal. And I don't, okay, so it wasn't the fact that that thing behind her, you guys only just pointed this out. That's a cage, right? Like, so there's a
Yeah.
dog behind there? Holy crap.
Or her boyfriend.
Why I decided to
Grayson is in
have
there.
a presence on the internet in the first place. I know a lot of you came to me
Crazy.
through the true crime avenue, I guess. And so I wanted to rewind a little bit and give you some backstory. If you're here for the first time, welcome. Unless you're hate watching, in which case you're a little less welcome, but thanks for the engagement.
Hi.
Thanks to the mods who are here, Kiki, Trace on the Case, Lauder Daily Digest, anybody else that I missed. I'm going to put my glasses on here in a minute so I can actually read comments, but I've been reading the comments as I've been getting ready here. And thank you everybody for your kind words and your support. Especially thank you to everyone who has been here since the very beginning. If you're one of those people, put some kind of emoji in the comments or whatever, a heart or whatever. And thank you. Thanks for being here since the very beginning. So let's rewind all the way back to
when I was conceived.
Was when I first started appearing on the internet. And it wasn't intentional at first. It was a result of getting through many years of healing and difficult circumstances. So when I was a child, from the ages of 7 to 11.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I was kidding about
the
children.
The conception part.
We're
I was
really
kidding.
Story. Oh, shit. Yeah, okay. So she is going to give her whole backstory, and she's going to talk about like sad things that have happened to her.
When I was 9, I got picked last for softball in gym.
Yeah, I'm not going to go there. Hang on. Something about ending a marriage. Yeah, there's some things she says in here that are about some nasty things that happened to her when she was a kid, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to hear all this stuff. Now, there is this.
9 hours of therapy.
No, yeah, I ended my marriage. I started EMDR therapy. Now, this is the reason she thinks that she's qualified to give EMDR therapy. So this is kind of interesting. She's not qualified to give EMDR therapy, but she had EMDR therapy. So therefore, she thinks that she can, allegedly. And we are going to look at some comments later. There's somebody in her comment section who is qualified and not that happy about this, but hey, let's go.
I ended my marriage. I started EMDR therapy, which ultimately saved my life. I literally would not be here if I hadn't found EMDR therapy. And I started an intensive outpatient program over the summer because I was a teacher. I couldn't do it during the school year because I had too many commitments and other obligations. And so over the summer, I enrolled in the 6-week program that was 9 hours of therapy, group therapy, as well as 2 hours a week of individual therapy. And so to answer questions in chat, EMDR stands for eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. It is a trauma-based therapy modality that allows you to separate the negative feelings from traumatic experiences that have happened to you. And I started my EMDR therapy by addressing my fear of heights, which developed, when I was around 30 years old. And it was revolutionary. I did that very first session, and then my homework after the session was to go to downtown San Antonio, where I live, up into the Tower of Americas and see what I felt like. And there is a glass elevator that goes up the outside of the Tower of Americas, and which can be very scary for people who are scared of heights because you can see everything as you're going up. And I got into the elevator and I put my head against the glass and I looked down and I watched the ground disappear beneath me, and I felt nothing.
I'm
I
already
felt no
bored.
anxiety. And it was then that I knew this was going to work. And so I continued to go to EMDR for the next 18 months. First, I went every week, and then I went
knew it
twice
was
a
going to
month.
work.
And
I
then
got in
I
an
went,
elevator. It changed my life.
Did she jump off a cliff? This has been going for only a few minutes, and we skipped a few minutes. It's already really boring and stupid. The stream is called "I'm Done. It's Time to Change Everything."
Oh,
Okay, have you gotten to the point yet? No.
if we see the flowers dead behind her at some point, it won't surprise me.
Well, some leaves have already, left the building.
I'm trying to get away from her too.
If we hear the dog crying, like, I'm going to get really upset.
Once a month after that.
Yeah.
I was never diagnosed as a narcissist, although I've been around plenty of narcissists. And I even have a course that helps people identify bullying and controlling behaviors, which I think you probably know. Otherwise, you wouldn't have made this comment. Welcome, trolls. Good to see you. Knew you would be here.
Narcissist. Mind Swimmer. Do we have Mind Swimmer in chat at all? It'd be nice to have Mind Swimmer here. Have you ever been diagnosed as being a narcissist? No, I have never been diagnosed as being a narcissist, but thank you for asking, and welcome, trolls. Welcome. I wonder how long Mind Swimmer lasted.
Right.
Yeah. So many narcissists.
So yeah, EMDR therapy about 18 months. And then after that, I just, I was able to just sort of do check-ins. And I finished my intensive outpatient therapy in the summer of 2019. And that was when my cousin, Lori Vallow and her brother, Alex, who's also my cousin, obviously, started unaliving people. So I was this far into my new life as a healed person after complex PTSD when my family trauma started all back up again. But what I wanted to do...
Damn murderous cousin of mine. Really? I was just getting over my fear of heights, and she started murdering people. Well, dear me, that's very insensitive of her. Very insensitive.
Was I wanted to write about my experiences in healing because I recognized in my group therapy that a lot of the women who were there with me were not making a lot of progress. And some of them I watched come in and out of the group, and I watched them sort of fall back into those old familiar patterns again and re-traumatize themselves. And I didn't see a lot of good examples in my life of women who had been through what I had been through and who had come out the other side and have successful and happy lives. And so I wanted to write about that experience as a way to help other survivors, especially women, because the statistics are not in our favor. People who grow up with traumatic childhoods and have further trauma happen in their lives typically end up either addicted or not alive by this time in their lives.
Oh my God.
And so I wrote a book called I Walked Through Fire to Get Here. And it's over here somewhere.
Oh, let me show the book. Everybody.
I wrote this book as a love letter to...
God, that's an ugly book. What the hell? What is that?
Did you use AI to generate the cover?
I don't think AI would know how to create something so ugly. Look, what is it? Did she finger paint that? I walked through fire, space, to get here. Okay, has anyone read this piece of shit? Don't know. Yeah, that's terrible. Thank you, Lockie Lansby, for becoming a member. Much appreciated. Our Discord is popping right now. It's absolutely popping. Make sure that you click through to it. There is a link there in our community section for you. Thank you for that. Okay, so she made $179 in sales for her $3K investment for the self-publishing. That's everyone else's fault. Listen and learn. As we go along, you'll find out that everything is everybody else's fault.
I should
Except
do a
Lauren.
dramatic reading of it.
Maybe. But you'll find out that it's everyone else's fault, but not Lauren's fault. Nothing's Lauren's fault. It's everyone else. Especially us. It's all our fault too.
Other survivors. So they would know that they weren't alone. And so they know that it was possible to come through the other side and have a happy and productive life.
Hey,
and I finished that book in pretty much February of 2023. And in April of 2023, I was working on getting it published. And that was when Lori's first trial started. And I had sort of put away my relationship with her and all my feelings about everything that happened until she went on trial. And then I started seeing in media people talking about her in a way that I thought was inaccurate. People started saying things like she was a cupcake mom, she was a wonderful mother her whole life, and then all of a sudden she met Chad Daybell and she snapped. And I knew that was not the case, and I was very familiar with the family dynamics that affected, I thought, how she evolved.
We need Crusher in here. I don't know how well this lady really knows Lori and that part of the family. I get the feeling that she's kind of inserted herself, because from what I can tell, Meegan saw an opportunity to get some internet fame from Lori Daybell's murderous spree. That's just what I see. I don't know for sure, but I think she only ever had any contact with that part of the family when she was quite small, and never had any contact when she was grown. Yes, Lori's other brother says they weren't close at all. Yeah. According to Summer, she didn't know the family well. Yeah, see, this is what I've heard. Me, not an expert on this at all. That's why I was like, I have to refer to other people. It'd be great if Crusher was here. Thank you to people in chat helping me out. Appreciate it. I think that she saw an opportunity because this was a global story, very well known. There was an opportunity for her to become a bit of a celebrity because Lori Daybell was a famous serial killer. That's kind of gross. Colby doesn't seem to claim her either. Yeah. She was a bridesmaid at one of Lori's weddings. Really? Well, that's the closest I've heard of her being known to them.
Did Lori know?
Did Lori know? Yeah. Meegan was so happy to go on as many channels as possible and talk about Lori. Meegan had no issue talking Lori on her own channel. Oh, no, of course, that's clearly the case. Celebrity victim. Yeah, main character syndrome. Yeah, I'm happy to be corrected. As I said, I am not an expert on this. This is just what I'm hearing and seeing. So if I'm wrong, cool. Yeah. Well, I was a flower girl at a cousin's wedding. Doesn't mean I know her at all. That's, yeah, like, for example, I've got someone known to me who was a flower girl at my brother's wedding.
Me.
And no, not, yeah. You idiot. She was so cute too.
Thank you.
And my brother doesn't know the flower girl at all now. Like, and they never really knew one another. It was just like she was cute, and he knew the parents at the time and that kind of thing, but they never really knew one another. So, I mean, these things can happen. I think Lori was her bridesmaid with Summer. Yeah, I don't know, but maybe I'm wrong. But just seems that there's a tenuous connection.
religiously. And so I started talking publicly about that, not really intending for my book and my social media presence and all of that to overlap. In fact, if you go back and you look at my Instagram, third_verse Instagram, and you look at my very first videos that I posted, they are all about family dynamics. They are all about healing from trauma. And none of it was anything to do with my cousin. My book is available on Amazon, and I'm going to talk a little bit about self-publishing, and I'm going to talk a little bit about finances today because I want to be transparent with you guys, and I also think there are not enough people that talk about finances in this space, and I want people to know and understand what it takes to do what I've done.
She said she's going to talk about her finances today. What?
Yes, because it's really hard to find people talking about finances on YouTube. It's a really niche subject.
Yeah. Not enough people talk about it.
No.
No.
What are you going to do? Go on Caleb Hammer, sweetie? Good Lord.
Yeah. Yeah. What space is that? What space? What space is she talking about?
Yeah.
You mean like the sweeping for Lauren space? Because it's kind of small at the moment, the sweeping for Lauren space. There's her, and there's Trisha, and Stacy. You might want to include her. There's Grayson, but she doesn't have a channel. Who else is there? Who's sweeping for her? That criminally obsessed lady. Is that her name?
Oh yeah, I met her. She's nice.
Yeah. Her.
She actually
Not
was.
many people. Yeah, there's not many people left that are really sweeping for her. But is that your space? Can't really see what other space you're in at the moment. So this space.
Thank you, Margaret. You've always been a wonderful supporter. I appreciate you so
Margaret.
much.
If she starts talking about how
I started talking publicly about Lori.
If she starts talking about how Dave Ramsey gets her nether region going, I'm out.
Who's Dave Ramsey?
Like one of the biggest YouTube finance guys.
Oh God.
And then, after I published my book in June, actually July 4th of 2023 is when it came out. And I started going on other people's podcasts to talk about my book. And the more and more that I spoke on other people's podcasts, the more I realized that I wanted to have a podcast of my own where I could talk about the things that were important to me, chiefly among them being healing from trauma. And my first 2 seasons of my podcast are all about healing and healing from trauma and healing from religious abuse and that type of subject material. My podcast happened to launch in April of 2024. That was just when I got it together. That was also when Chad Daybell was on trial. And I did, some more interviews talking.
Okay. So she launched her podcast when Chad Daybell was on trial. That's a coinky dink. Really? So that's interesting that her podcast started just when Chad Daybell was on trial. And she's saying that all she talked about was healing. So if we were to go back to her first few podcasts, I wonder if she didn't mention her cousin at all. Now, that would be an interesting experiment, wouldn't it? To see whether or not she mentioned the fact that she is the cousin of Lori Daybell in her first couple of podcasts. Yeah, right. So just healing. That's all she was. That's it. I'm Meegan Connor, and all I'm here to talk about is healing. Even though Chad Daybell, the husband of my cousin, the very famous serial killer, is on trial right now. But all I'm here to talk about is healing. Okay, sure.
Talking about Chad and Lori, and I did some more work on my YouTube channel talking about Chad and Lori. And I, sort of all of that sort of started to get muddled together. My YouTube channel and my podcast and all of that, just blended together for a long time because it made sense for me to talk about the family dynamics, to talk about healing, and also to bring in everything that.
Hang on a minute. Let's see that. Okay, I'm just going to go back to here. So, and I did some more work on my YouTube channel talking about Chad and Lori. See that? And I, sort of all that sort of started to get muddled together, my YouTube channel and my podcast and all that. And of that, just blended together for a long time because it made sense for me to talk about the family dynamics, to talk about healing, and also to bring in everything that I learned about to heal. Bitch, come on. You're not fooling anybody. Well, actually, you are. There's like a bunch of people in your comment
Sweetie,
section who are eating this up.
unless you got the green chili chicken enchilada recipe, I'm not interested.
Yeah, we want that. But this is crap. It all got muddled together. I know sort of all that sort of started to get muddled together. My YouTube channel and my podcast and all of that, just blended together for a long time. Bullshit. I call bullshit. This was never about healing. This was all about your cousin and you wanting to talk about your cousin. This is crap. Yes, what a good excuse to bring them in. Please.
I do kind of
and
want
all of that,
recipe. Yeah, right?
Just blended together for a long time because it made sense for me to talk about the family dynamics, to talk about healing, and also to bring in everything that I learned about how to heal. And yes, I went on Mormon Stories also in May. I think it was maybe May 1st of 2023. I was about maybe 3 months fresh on my faith deconstruction and 3 months out of the church. It was pretty wild. And looking back on the evolution of how all of this happened, I'm actually very proud of what I have done and what I have built with my bare hands. I started doing coaching way back in October of 2023, shortly after my book came out, really by, sort of people DMing me and asking me questions and saying, can you talk about this topic? And I'd love to hear your opinion on this. And I have this very specific situation, et cetera. So I started my coaching business almost, I guess 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years ago. And I spent about $3,000 getting my book self-published. I spent another couple $1,000s on, getting a website together and all of that. My coaching and book was all just an expensive hobby. My podcasting, my coaching, and my book, it cost a lot of money to get those things up and running. And I spent way more than I made for probably at least the first year. And then things started to go south with my career, my job. I recognized that the company I was working for was in trouble. It was probably not going to last very long. And sure enough, in July of 2024, the CEO eliminated my position and the position of another person that was working parallel to me. And so I decided to double down on my coaching, to make my course, to double down on my YouTube channel, and to do that for a living. And I did it. I built a business around my book, my coaching, my podcasting, and my YouTube channel that was paying my bills. Frankly, it was doing really well.
MLS
and by the end of Lori's Arizona trial in April, I was making enough money to not have any other side hustles or work.
Wait.
Sweetie, I kind of feel bad that she was so naive. You make hay while the sun is shining. I don't think that's the expression, but maybe it is. Regardless, you're going to have ups and downs, and if you're very lucky, you're going to have a huge up with YouTube. But there's going to come a down.
Oh, yeah.
And all you can do is know that going in so it doesn't destroy you. It's soul crushing. It can be soul crushing if you don't expect it. And are you trying to drown me out?
Why?
Oh, okay.
Why?
The sad violin just went up like 100% of my...
I turned it off.
Oh, no, it just went way up in my headphones.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you had tried to turn it up to drown me out, that'd have been hilarious. But
no.
Anyways, so you have to understand that... Play him off, Hella. You have
Can anyone hear the violins right now?
No, I turned them off.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt.
If you understand ahead of time that, your numbers are going to drop big time, you try to limit that. You try to do things to get your audience interested in you. Find a niche, find some way that you stand out. Um, it's good you have an opportunity to be exposed to many people, but just being exposed doesn't necessarily mean it's going to become a career.
We didn't mean to.
Are you gaslighting me?
I didn't do anything. Did it go up loud for you? Really? I didn't hear a thing. I thought I turned it off.
No, I'm just talking and talking, and like the volume just goes up like 100%.
Did it really? I thought I had turned it off. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's
I'm
fine.
sorry. I couldn't hear a thing.
If you were doing that to screw with me, it would have been hilarious.
No, I actually couldn't hear anything. I thought the violins were off when you started talking. It blew out your earbuds. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I really thought they'd stopped. Okay, this is weird.
StreamYard gets really weird with sounds sometimes.
Yeah. I thought they stopped when we stopped her. So.
Oh no, that's hilarious.
I need to play that back. That actually sounds funny. I'm sorry. It was blasting through your TV. I'm just sorry, guys. Oh dear. It got very loud. You thought I was trying to drown him out.
See, I thought she was too, because I know her so well. That's something she would do.
No, I really wasn't. I was not trolling him. I wasn't. No. And actually, he's right about this situation. This lady, if she wants to have a career in YouTube, which is a very difficult thing to do, it's really hard to continue making money and have it as a career, give up everything and have being a content creator as a career. You have to have more than just being some serial killer's cousin. A lot more. There has to be other things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's a reason why both Dali and I have never decided to give up our day jobs.
Yeah.
It's very hard work to make it your career, content creation.
And
you
then
have to
start to get some success, and then you have to put in even more time, more energy, and it's it's fun obviously, but it's also very brutal. And
it's brutal. Yeah.
It's not something
someone like this couldn't handle it. Clearly. She can't handle any criticism at all. At all. And being a content creator, you need really, really thick skin.
And the ability to realize you could be doing something wrong, and the ability to look inwards and reflect.
Yeah.
Okay, what about my content is not appealing to people right now? What can I change? There's nothing wrong with that. There's no shame in that. But you have to be emotionally mature enough. Yeah, Colby, I mean, has to rebrand as well right now.
Yeah. So yeah, Maple Dragon says Colby seems to know that he's always rebranding and doesn't blame anyone when his numbers go down. Colby's actually done a really good job, from what I can see. Colby doesn't just talk about one thing all the time. He talks about different cases and different things. He hasn't just written off the fact that people know him from this case. Yeah. He's well liked, and he speaks well, and he's got lots of things going for him. He's become his own self, a legitimate content creator, and good for him. He's done really, really well. So this person here, and what we're about to see, is she's just going to blame everybody else for her downfall, that she has not done well in her YouTube career because other people have said bad things about her, which is absolutely ridiculous. That is just nuts. Thank you so much, Coach Dali. Where do I make an appointment with you? For $14.99. Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you.
Yeah, let me know how that goes.
I try to, inspire others with my wisdom.
I'm wondering whether my headphones are going to work in a minute because I could not hear those violins at all.
It was just this channel, this space, my book, my coaching, my podcast, and that's all. And I'm incredibly proud of that. I built that
Thank you, DB.
business and this community with my bare hands. And I did it because I wanted to help people. I wanted to help other survivors of trauma to have a safe space to talk about the difficulties that they were going through and to have a community that was supportive and kind. And that is what I have always wanted for what I called then the midlife revolution. Now it's just the revolution, because now it's time to change everything again. So that's where I was after Lori's trial was over, trying to decide what direction my channel was going to go in, sitting at this intersection of narcissism and true crime and trauma healing, and really starting to report on cases that I felt were important. And part of the conversation was, unhealthy family dynamics, unhealed wounds lead people to do crazy things. And that's where we get a lot of these true crime situations, and also around protecting children from, CSA, and also being an advocate for DV survivors, as I am one myself. So that's kind of where I was sitting when my friend Lauren went live and talked about a situation that was very troubling and traumatic for her. And I was there to witness some of what happened to her and her producer, Grayson. And, Lauren being a close friend of mine, and also.
Then I'm going to take back my narrative.
Yeah, that moment.
And my producer, Grayson.
Oh, that moment. Yes. The moment that everything went wrong, Meegan. Everything went wrong. And you picked a side, Meegan. And things could have gone differently, but no. And now you're going to blame everybody else except them. All right, let's go.
Me having some commentary, because I witnessed some of this stuff, and recognizing the unhealthy relational dynamics of the women who were involved.
Oh.
I wanted to comment on it. And I also wanted to try and point out some problems and some inconsistencies in the other, reporting that was going on.
Okay.
So I want to address these things as they come up. Mind Swimmers, great to see you again. Thanks for the second comment. You haven't earned the right to claim to be a life coach just to get the grift. Are you broke? So grifting, by definition, is basically small-time swindling. If any of you have felt as though you've been swindled, I welcome your comments at askmeegan with 2 E's at gmail.com.
I like Mind Swimmers. Hey, Mind Swimmers, how's it going? You haven't earned the right to claim to be a life coach. Just get to the grift. Are you broke? Yeah, she is. She's broke. That's what this is all about. And also, she's here to talk about how she's been mistreated. And yeah, I've gone and turned my sound off now because everyone was complaining about it.
The mistreatment of me.
That's my new favorite sound effect. Yeah. Mind Swimmers has a point. She has not earned the right to be a life coach, but she is here to grift about something. And look, that's fine. If she wants to get on YouTube and talk and try and get some money, cool. But why blame other people for it? That's really what she's doing. She's blaming other people for the fact that her channel's not doing well. That's what this is all about. It's all just a big cry fest. And I don't understand why people are entertaining it.
Meegan. When I decided to do coaching, I decided not to become certified because I looked at all of these different certification programs, and it looked like a lot of them were charging hundreds or even thousands of dollars for people to come in and have a framework around how to run a coaching business, but not really giving them the tools and the information that they need to interact with people when people are, having a hard time with things. So I've never called myself a life coach. I've really just called myself a coach because I believe that a lot of what I work with people on all comes down to the same issue. And most of it is a self-love issue. A lot of times we don't love ourselves to make the choices that we know that are right for us because we're trying to please other people or because we're trying to consider other people's experience before our own.
Amber.
So no, I don't have any certification in life coaching, but also, and what life coaching is sort of a wild west out there. You can charge anything that you want and you can.
So basically life coaches are bullshit. That's what you're saying. So there is no certification, there is no training, there's no nothing. Anyone can just call themselves a life coach and charge hundreds or thousands of dollars to tell somebody, anybody else, how to live their life. And you would hire one of these people. Why? Tell me why. Because they've been scammed by you? Is that why? No, she's not a life coach. She just calls herself one. Yes, in the past, Meegan called herself a life coach. Yes, we know. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Yeah, because money. Because she is the cousin of a serial killer and she has overcome complex PTSD and overcome her fear of heights. Well, congratulations, Meegan. Oh, and also she self-published a book and made $179. That's also fantastic.
And say anything that you want, and there's no regulatory board. But I will also say that the mental health field is also a little bit of a wild west. And while they do have state regulatory boards.
And apologies I saw with Jackie G. Maybe she should look further. So many amazing coaching courses. Well, I think that's the case. I think that she's actually doing a disservice to people who probably have done courses and people who probably have got qualifications. So there's probably some people out there, maybe Jackie, who could educate this woman rather than smear a whole sector of industry. She's probably tainting, that's one of my favorite words. She's probably tainting a whole industry of people who have worked hard to do good work or to learn how to do good work. Jackie could probably give us some information on that, because I know there are people in her comment section who are taking her up on her words and saying, well, you did no training, you're too lazy to do training, and yet you say that you can do EMDR therapy, you can life coach. Why? What makes you think that? She chose not to be certified, practicing with no qualifications, and she's happy about that.
You know, you can get a therapist who is very damaging because they're unhealed and they don't realize that they are. And so I feel like even though therapy goes through insurance, which makes it seem a little more official, there are therapists out there who work on sliding scales, et cetera. You know, they do have to report to the regulatory board certain things and they do have ethics to consider. But, you know, the same thing is true of almost anyone in almost any profession. Just because it's regulated doesn't mean it's safe. And just because you're going to a licensed therapist doesn't mean that you're going to get what you pay for. So, you know, yes, I don't have any kind of certification, but here's my process. I ask people to sign up for a 20-minute phone call with me where we talk to each other about what they want to work on, because I don't want to charge anybody money before we decide if we're a good fit for each other. And there have been plenty of people that I have said, you know what, I don't think that I can help you right now. People who are having trauma symptoms, et cetera, I always want them to be working with a licensed therapist at the same time that they're working with me, or to put off working with me until they have done a lot of therapy. The other part of it is that, you know, I do have my own personal ethics and morals, and I have yet to have anyone write any sort of a complaint to me or anyone else about my coaching or to ask me for a refund.
Maybe you didn't have any clients. I wonder if she had any clients. Because you need to have clients for them to come along and ask for a refund.
Right.
I haven't had anyone come along and have any complaints or ask me for a refund. I also never had any clients.
And if there's anybody out there who has had a negative experience with my coaching, I welcome for you to write to me, to email me, and heck, make an entire TikTok channel on how much you hate me as a coach. So far, nobody has done that. So far,
it's pretty hard if you haven't actually done any work.
every single person that I have worked with universally has said that they have appreciated what I've done with them and that they have benefited greatly from our experience together. Now, it's possible there are people out there who just haven't told me that they had a negative experience. And that makes me sad because I welcome the feedback. I always want to be improving and doing better. So I don't know how you earn the right to be a coach, other than the fact that I've always told people I am not an expert on anything but my own trauma. And I hope.
Oh my God. I'm not an expert on anything but my own trauma.
The mistreatment of me.
Right.
The mistreatment of me.
She drives me freaking mental. She's such a whiner. Like, why would anyone want to sit and listen to someone talk about their own trauma all the time? Like, I don't get this. I just don't. Like, maybe I'm just too much of a private person. I don't talk about like the things that traumatize me much or very often or at all, really.
Yeah.
Some people do. Some people find it therapeutic, and some people are happy to listen to other people talk about their trauma all the time. I don't really like it, and I don't enjoy listening to other people go on and on and on and on about it. A little bit cool, fine, but a lot, like this woman, it's just too much. And the fact that she's using it as a vehicle to sell her coaching, and that's clearly, it's a ruse, because she came onto the internet to profit off her murderous cousin's fame. So she was like, how can I'm speculating now, but how can I profit off my cousin's fame and have some other entry point that seems legitimate? I know I'll do something that requires no training and no certification. I'll say I'm a life coach, and I'll tell people about my trauma, and I'll go on and on about my trauma and empowering people. So I'll do it that way. But I can also talk about my murderous cousin and the family dynamic, which I know nothing about. And I'll get that all sort of tied into my own trauma, la, 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 la. And she just repeats it ad nauseum. And then other people can get into the comment section and they can go, oh, yes, and my trauma too. And also, what about Lori? Until it gets really, really boring and they can't talk about Lori anymore, and they don't really want to talk to her, they'll go and talk to somebody that is actually knowledgeable.
Qualified.
Yes. Shades of Jodie and Ruby right there. It's better than her releasing an album about Lori. Well, that could have happened. I hope she isn't discussing her trauma with clients. I don't think she has. I legitimately don't think she has any clients. I would love to know who these clients are, because I very much doubt there wouldn't be any complaints. Surely there's a complaint out there. Is she talking about her trauma with her clients if she has clients? Yeah, I really don't think so, Jackie. She is a professional victim. Yeah. Hey, Moments, how's it going?
That me sharing my experiences helps other people remind themselves of their own instincts, which if we follow our own instincts, we usually will do the right thing that we know is good for us in order to heal. Say hi to Loki. Thank you so much, Just Call Me Kim, for the super sticker. I really appreciate you. I know you've been around for a long time supporting, and McSpunky, it's good to see you as always.
Spunky.
Appreciate you too. Thanks for being here. I actually, in October, which is where we were before I sort of got sidetracked with answering that little comment there, I realized that what was being said about me on some other channels was inaccurate. And I also realized that I couldn't possibly try to debunk all of the misinformation that was out
Oh,
there about
okay.
me.
Here we go.
And I also could not possibly change anybody's mind about me. And so that's not what I'm here to do, because I literally can't do that. All I can do is continue to produce the content that I believe is going to be helpful to other people. And when other people have negative things to say about it, or if it's not helpful to them, they're entitled to their opinion. Thank you so much, Web Sleuth. You've always been
look, it's
a great
Trisha.
supporter. I did see Stacy in the chat as well, so thank you so much.
Aw,
I really appreciate you guys and your support. I actually
babe.
stopped taking coaching clients back in October because I was troubled and disturbed by what was being said about me publicly, and I knew there was nothing that I could do to change it or combat that information. And I started to become very deeply depressed about it because I was watching as I was losing subscribers. I was losing Patreon subscribers. I was losing coaching clients. And when I say losing, thank you so much, Becky. I appreciate you. When I say losing, I just mean that I would see people who I had coached one-on-one in the chats of these other channels giving super chats to the people who were telling lies about me. And so I consider that a lost client. I don't know if you guys...
She says that people she coached were giving super chats to what channels that were making fun of her? Is that right? Hang on.
First of all, the person may not have even known
Not have even known what.
that the creator they were super chatting was making fun of her.
Let me see. Disturbed by what was being said about me publicly, and I knew there was nothing I could do to change it. Become very deeply depressed about it because I was watching as I was losing subscribers. I was losing Patreon subscribers. What the hell is on her Patreon? God. I was losing coaching clients. I'm amazed she had any. And when I say losing, thank you so much, Becky. I appreciate you. When I say losing, I just mean that I would see people who I had coached one-on-one in the chats of these other channels giving super chats to the people who were telling lies about me. The people who were telling lies about her. Who are they?
Well, so it sounds like she thought they were talking crap about her, and maybe they did, but it's also very possible that some of the people didn't know that, so they were just enjoying their content, and you got all butthurt and took it personally. And yeah, it kind of sucks. I get that. But that's YouTube, sweetie.
Or maybe those people who were your coaching clients didn't even know they were your coaching clients because they didn't actually ever hire you. You just considered them your coaching clients because they maybe super chatted you once and you were like, oh, you paid me. You're my coaching client. Yay. Thank you. I'm coaching you now. Also, now they hate your guts. That too.
Troubled and disturbed by what was being said about me publicly, and I knew there was nothing that I could do to change it or combat that information. And I started to become very deeply depressed about it because I was watching as I was losing subscribers, I was losing Patreon subscribers, I was losing coaching clients. And when I say losing, thank you so much, Becky. I appreciate you.
Sorry, we've done this.
When I say losing, I just mean that I would see people, I stopped taking on new clients because I knew that I was not going to be able to help people when I was feeling so much negative energy and negative emotion. Okay. And so that's how I work as a coach. I know when I'm not in a healthy place, I can't really do much for other people. I bow out and I say, you know what, I need to take some time to do some thinking and some healing and some, self-introspection. So October was kind of the start of that. And I watched what I had built with my bare hands get torn down and destroyed mostly by one person, a small group of people. When people have been asking, where have you been? Why aren't you here anymore? Why aren't you doing anything on your channel anymore? Well, it was because I was recovering. I needed to have the knife surgically removed from my back because it was in there so deep. Frankly, it took me a long time.
Who put a knife in your back? What did? Like, go back. One person, a group of people. And we need to hear all this again. We need to hear all this again.
So October was kind of the start of that. And I watched what I had built with my bare hands get torn down and destroyed, mostly by one person, a small group of people. And, when people have been asking, where have you been? Why aren't you here anymore? Why aren't you doing anything on your channel anymore? Well, it was because I was recovering. I needed to have the knife surgically removed from my back because it was in there so deep. And frankly, it took me a long time to radically.
Who is this one person who put the knife in your back? I need to know. Poor Meegs. Oh my goodness. Was it a narcissistic injury? Was it? This is very dramatic, Amber. Was it you? Amber, was it you? Tell us now, Amber. We need to know. We need to know. Dear me. One person or a small group of people. Did you hear this, Dali?
Yeah.
Was it you? Who put the knife in her back?
I mean, eventually it would have been Lauren, that's for sure.
Well, absolutely, but I'm flabbergasted by all this.
Oh, is she talking about Kresha?
You know what? Maybe it is because Kresha gets the blame for everything. One person, a small group of people, and Kresha's family, distantly, barely knows Meegan, I think, and probably wants to disown her.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
I reckon.
I stubbed my toe last night in the middle of the night, and I just screamed, "Damn it, Kresha! It's all your fault."
Everything is Kresha's fault. Everything. Scapegoat
Kresha.
Kresha. Yeah, Kresha. Right?
I don't want people to think I was being literal there.
Well, some people have just zero sense of humor and will go, "Oh my God, you said something bad about Kresha."
Yeah.
We love Kresha. Zero. It was Colonel Mustard with the knife in the chat room. Very good. Hey, Gap Cafen. I don't think I've ever seen your name in chat before, but you remember, and you're just awesome making great chats today. I stubbed my toe, and I was like, Kresha! Kresha made me late to my CT scan today for no reason. Right? Yeah. Maybe it was you, Meegan. Right? It's just me. Cherie says, maybe if she'd listen to her friend Trisha or Tractor, she could be paddling spit and spooge to make a living or get a real job. That's true. Maybe she could get a job over at Othram. Maybe.
Except that what I had built was being torn down and there was nothing I could do about it. And so I don't really understand the personal attacks. I don't understand, criticizing my hairstyle or whatever. But mostly what was hurtful to me was the idea of making insinuations that I was on drugs, making allegations that I had been manipulated or that I was being controlled or that someone was paying me off or that someone was writing my scripts. Those kinds of comments are in fact defamatory. And if the people making them had any money, I could have sued them and had a very good case for it. I decided that I didn't want to take any legal action. I probably could have, because I can literally show that I lost money. And I...
love. Oh, my dear. Oh, no. Oh, okay. Criticizing my hairstyle or whatever, but mostly what was hurtful to me was the idea of making insinuations that I was on drugs, making allegations that I had been manipulated, or that I was being controlled, or that someone was paying me off, or that someone was writing my scripts. Those kinds of comments are, in fact, defamatory. Hey, Lori, how are you, love? What? She needs a ambulance, right? Oh dear. You'd have a really hard time proving defamation on those things. A really, really hard time. Oh, please. I could have sued them and had a very good case for it.
Well, you could have
And,
sued them.
oh yeah.
I don't know how good
I
your case would
decided
be.
I decided that I didn't want to take any legal action. I probably could have, because I can literally show that I lost money, and I'm going to show that here for you guys. Thank you so much for that, Hellfire Agency. I love you. Thank you. I appreciate this. She's gonna show how much money she lost, and like it's a couple $100. And seriously, people can say stuff like this. There is a First Amendment in the US. My goodness. Grow a pair. Sit down, bitch. Jesus Christ. This is why she does not belong on the internet.
Yeah.
This lady does not, but she should not have a YouTube channel. She can't handle it.
Thank you. I appreciate this. Yes, boundaries are super important in all aspects of our lives, but especially around our mental health. And I recognized that I needed to not engage for a while so that I could meditate on what I even wanted to do with everything going forward. So I really appreciate you. I want to get to all of these super stickers. So thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Dave, it's good to see you. Thank you so much. And Becky, thanks for being a member again. I always appreciate
we know that wasn't MLS.
And thank you so much to my members who have stuck around, even though I haven't done a lot of members only content lately. So I want to tell you just a little bit of where I've been basically since October, when I recognized, I had built up this channel and it was supporting me financially. When I recognized that it was not going to continue to grow in a way that would be predictable for me. I'm a single mom, and I am the only source of income for me and my 2 kids who are living here with me.
YouTube isn't predictable.
And I realized that I need.
Wow. Can't rely on YouTube.
Yeah.
To have health insurance and have a little stability. And so I started looking at different options for basically a new career. I accepted a position as an adjunct professor at one of the local universities.
Here we go.
And I considered for a while going back to get my doctorate and just being a full-time professor at a university, which would have meant uprooting and moving, and that was not my favorite thing to do.
She is literally
also was offered a position helping a CPA to prepare taxes. And I decided to explore that because I have that analytical part of my brain. I thought it would be interesting work to do. Oh, and so I started that training also in October. And then I decided to completely start a new career. I was offered 3 different positions. 2 were at fairly large companies, executive level positions, and the other one was not. And I'm not really ready to talk about what I decided to do. Yeah, Mixed Monkey, you've been around for a long time. I'm grateful for you being here. Thank you. And thank you, Carol, for becoming a new member. Thank you, Shishi Wolf. Appreciate you guys so much. So yeah, I decided to start a completely new career. So in January, I basically sat my kids down actually a little before January, and I said, the next few months are going to suck because I'm going to be working. I started these different positions, and I was working from 6:30 in the morning until dark pretty much, and sometimes long after that, and most of the time working on Saturdays and Sundays also, and really just trying to make sure that my family could be financially secure. And
I'm really interested in this adjunct professorship she's been so-called offered. I'm so sus on this. And yeah, Quinn says, you were not offered a position as a full-time professor anywhere you lie. Everywhere is terminating positions and eliminating classes. Lie better. Yeah, I think we need to look into this. I want to know. I want to know.
A struggle. It's been exhausting, and I haven't had time to make any content or videos, but that's actually been a really good thing for me because it has allowed me the time and space to just quietly reflect on what my purpose is in this space and what I want it to look like going forward. So things are going to shift and change. And I'm switching sort of back to what my original purpose was, which is to encourage people to be the best versions of themselves and to ask yourself really hard questions and make some changes that might seem scary. And so that's what it's going to be like going forward. I also, in December, I mentioned this on my Patreon to my Patreon members, and I just will add this only because, I'm not saying this to try and get people to feel sorry for me, but actually as a wake-up call to me. I've always been a very healthy person physically. I've always been very active. I've lifted weights. I've done CrossFit for years. I've always eaten, healthy, probably about 85% of the time. I do like my treats. But in December, I had to have a colonoscopy, and I had 2 precancerous polyps removed from my colon. And I'm 51 years old. So I just want to encourage everybody to go out there and get your colonoscopies.
Overshare. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
And you guys freaked out when I talked about my cat's abscess. She's up here talking about snipping up for polyps in her colon.
Now people are very pleased about hearing about a colon, not abscesses, polyps.
You want to post the pictures, sweetie?
No. People in the comment section are very happy to hear about her polyps.
But having that
I hope your butthole's okay.
situation with my physical health was really scary for me. And it was sort of a wake-up call of like, I need to focus on what is important. And I need to make sure that I'm taking really good care of myself so that I can continue to take care of the people that I love and care about. So go get your screenings, people. It's really, really important. But that situation added a lot to my depression. And I can honestly say I was very, very deeply depressed.
Thank you, EU Scallywag, for $1.99. Look, I hate this. I hate this. Like, I fast forwarded before when she was talking about like the terrible things that happened to her as a child. Now she's talking about her butt. Sorry. Shouldn't laugh. Now she's talking about like polyps. Why are you doing this, Meegan? Why? Like, we don't need to know about this stuff. But she's telling us all about the terrible things that have happened to her. And I'll tell you something.
Polyps.
This is the only video that's done any good at all since she's had her reactions to the 9 Hour Live. Of course. And then prior to that, her videos about her murderous cousin. So she goes and does this kind of just complaining and feels sorry for me. And the name of this video is I'm Done. It's time to change everything. It's hysteria. It's clickbait.
What she should have done is live stream the colonoscopy. And she could have, got like TTS, and had people, super chatter and like goes off on a speaker and reads their comments and everything. Starts playing music in the operating room.
It's a revolution. Paul so for laughing. It's the grid.
You gotta monetize those polyps, sweetie. Come on.
Dolly.
Are you playing the game or not, sweetie?
Come on, you're either in it or you're not.
And I don't mean your colon.
She's pulling a cancer diagram. I don't like this. Right? I don't like this. And by the way, there was no cancer. It was precancerous polyps, and these things are really common. And I think when you're over 50, actually, when you're over 50 in this country, it's free to get these screens done. And it's very common to have the precancerous polyps removed. Very, very common, extremely. But she's telling us all about it, so we think that she's a cancer patient. That's what it sounds like to me.
It was pre-cancer. Here comes
Everyone has polyps. Yes.
Your mom has polyps. My mom had polyps. She did, actually.
Oh, Mabel Dragonfest.
Well, how do you know which ones the voice is coming out of, to be honest?
CH, thank you. No one calls them precancerous. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, you're right. No one does.
I've got a precancerous mole. Actually, I need to get that looked at.
Several months.
Regardless.
And I was not in a good place. So I needed to take this time to get to the point where I could feel better about my purpose, basically, here on YouTube. So I'm going to share a couple of receipts with you, and then I think I'm going to wrap this up, and I will probably have more to say at a later time, but I just wanted to get on here and just have a little bit of a conversation with you guys about what's been going on and what things are going to look like going forward. So what I want to share with you is there are a couple things I'm actually going to show you, and then there are a couple of things that I'm just going to talk about in general terms. The first is about my book. So I wrote my book. I paid about $3,000 to get it self-published. I also paid a few $100s, and I can't remember exactly how much, to buy some copies of my own book so that I could take the copies with me and sign them and hand them out at different events that I was going to speak out, etc. And so I just want to, I can't show you this because this is like my bank statements or whatever, but when I was doing my taxes this year, I added up all of my Amazon royalties that I got from selling my book, and it came to $177.97. So
suck it, Corey Richins.
Writing a book is not a pathway to financial freedom, as some people might think. I also
had no idea.
Really? I would never have known.
No.
I was about to spit out like a dozen books.
Wow. I thought writing a book and, selling t-shirts with logos on it was the way to make money, but I guess not.
Yep. Totally not.
I had to get my outfit from Target. I had to get my outfit from Target.
She got her outfit from Costco, though.
Yeah. Okay, Stephen.
It's probably about $300 worth of books last summer when I was at the Sunstone conference. So if you put all of that together, it's less than $500. And I can say, keeping track of the numbers over the years, I have not even broken even on selling my book. So to, all the people who have said really dumb things like, oh, you're making money off of your family's murders or whatever, it's just silly.
How is that dumb? How is that dumb? We can look at the grass. We will look at the grass. We're going to look at the grass.
Yes. Thank you, Davis. I appreciate you. So next, I'm going to go to my Patreon, and I'm going to share with you how much I made on Patreon last year.
Sure.
Let's see. Documents.
I don't want to see if she pulls up her OnlyFans.
Does it is if you go to your documents and you download.
I really don't want to look at your OnlyFans, Meegan.
Your history for the year. It comes up as a spreadsheet, basically. And so I'm going to share this screen with you so you can see how much I made on Patreon last year. In the meantime, though, I want to make sure that I share these. Thank you so much, guys. Yes, please, please, please get screened. So important. So I'm going to share a window.
Yeah, what's she going to try doing next? Art? Painting?
I think this is the right way to do this. Okay. Yep. Okay. So these are my Patreon numbers, guys. You can see that I started back in November of 2024. I made a grand total of 7.
Is anyone in here, and you can admit it, guys, has anyone here ever been on her Patreon? Because I'm super curious to know what's on her goddamn Patreon. I really am. I would really like to know what's on there. There's pretty much fuck all on her YouTube channel. So what could possibly be on her Patreon that anyone would ever pay any money for? You can tell us. We won't judge you.
$74 that month. And you can see how it's grown a little bit. My best month was June of 2025. I made $1,300 that month with my Patreon. And then, it started a little bit.
Happening that month.
It went up a little bit in November of 2025. But as you can see, December, 987. January of this year, 905. February 731, March 670, and April so far 445. So I am literally showing you the receipts that my revenue has gone down since people started saying nasty things about me online.
I am literally showing you the receipts that my revenue has gone down since people started saying nasty things about me online. So there.
Sweetie, correlation does not imply causation, okay?
I know what the causation was. You just suck. You suck, lady. You played on the wrong team. And also, you didn't do the work. So, okay, I'm going to say something that is really going to shock some people right now. And that is that Lauren did a better job than you. She actually did some work.
Lauren
You didn't.
works very hard.
She actually worked very hard.
She's
and
a vile
Grayson
person.
too. Yeah, she's a shit
But-
person. But she decided to actually do some work and build back her YouTube channel. You didn't. You sat on your butt and you felt sorry for yourself about it. And you went, oh, well, I've got this dagger in my back. And people are saying mean things about me. And that's why my channel has died. So you didn't put anything out there. You went on Trisha's panel every now and again. But apart from that, you just let everything slide. So Lauren did better than you. And now you're going to blame everybody else for your downfall. Well, actually, it didn't have to happen. You could have just created some different content, but you didn't have any different content because your content was always about your murderous cousin.
Yeah.
And that was over. So maybe have a bit of a look at yourself, Meegan.
Then I want to show you my YouTube revenue as well, but it's not responding at the moment. Let me see if I can change a setting and see if I can get it to work. There we go. Revenue. Let's see more. So I'm going to go last 365 days. And I don't want it by content. I just want it by...
No.
I don't want watch time. I just want revenue. Sorry, guys. I had this pulled up and then I had to refresh it because it wasn't working.
That's all right. We'll show the other graph ourselves.
I have no idea what's going on in chat. So I know you mods are there helping me out and I appreciate you. So, okay. Let's see. Revenue last 365.
Maple Dragon says she's going to start performing colonoscopies. Well, she already gives people the shits.
This does not seem to be correct. So let me. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. I think this is the appropriate thing to share. Thanks. Just call me Kim. I appreciate you trying to show your super sticker. Thank you so much, Cat Lady.
Oh.
All right. Stop this one. Okay. So these are my channel analytics for the last 365 days. And you can see in April of 2025, I made about $1,200. Then in May, $5,000. That was when the trials were going on. So of course it was going to be higher. My best month was in June, where I made $7,300. And then of course it dropped off because I wasn't doing 3 live streams a day. So in July, about $3,000, August, $2,000, September, $1,600. And some of you might recall, I had a problem with bots at that time. And YouTube was limiting my ad revenue because they thought I was having invalid traffic. So there was that whole crisis. And
I was having a problem with bots at that time. YouTube was limiting my revenue because of that whole crisis. I always get suspicious when people start blaming bots and YouTube limiting their revenue. Yes, because there's something really suspicious about blaming YouTube and bots for your downfall. Because you know what? Bots just don't come out of nowhere. And YouTube doesn't just pick out creators out of nowhere to start just limiting their ad revenue. That's a bit of a myth. So, yeah, I'm a bit sus on that one. Maybe YouTube discovered she was buying followers. That could have happened. Yeah, so let's just listen to the next thing she said.
then in October, when I came out in support of Lauren.
No, hang on. Let's go back.
Live streams a day. So in July, about $3,000, August, $2,000, September, $1,600. And some of you might recall, I had a problem with bots at that time. And YouTube was limiting my ad revenue because they thought I was having invalid traffic. So there was that whole crisis.
Invalid traffic. That wording, invalid traffic, that's a little tell, that one too. What does invalid traffic mean, Meegan? Why do you think you were having invalid traffic? Why do you think YouTube would think that your traffic is invalid? Seems to me that she has an idea where invalid traffic might be coming from. We'll come back to that.
And then in October, when I came out in support of Lauren, I had a good month. It was $3,300, almost $3,400. And then immediately the revenue dropped. $900, $1,000, $540 in January, $420 in February, $300 last month, and so far $170.90 this month. So I just wanted to share a little bit of transparency with you guys financially, just because, not begging.
No, not begging.
I'm not asking for anybody to give me more money. I literally just said I started a new career so that I could have some stability, because this was not stable. And the reason that I'm being transparent about it is because I think that there's a lot of misinformation. I know there's a lot of misinformation out there about how much YouTubers make and about what.
I don't think anyone was under any misconception that this woman was making millions of dollars out of YouTube. I think that there is some actual information getting about what money that Lauren is making on YouTube, and that is a lot of money, because she's in a different category than this woman. But I don't know where she's getting the idea that people think that she's making money on YouTube. She's not, clearly. So what's that got to do with anything? Except that she's now begging, which she clearly is. She's not begging. Not begging at all. Now, guys, I am not going to suggest she's buying anything, but it's sus to me that she's talking about bots and that she's talking about invalid traffic. To me, that's weird. Those words are weird to me. It sounds like cope to me. It sounds like why are you saying that? Either you just can't accept the fact that you had a big lull in September, or you know that you did something to cause it. So I just had a look. Meegan showed us analytics in an attempt to show us how she isn't making any money, because it's us, duh. Of course it's us. Right, so let's look. So she showed us revenue. So we also have views. And views are, it tracks. It tracks. We've got July. Look at her views in July. She got 800,000 views, nearly 1 million views in July. Because yes, as she said, she was doing a few live streams a day. The trial was on in July. Right? Now, then we have September. Okay, so she had like 400,000 views. Sorry, July, August. She had 400,000 views. And then she had 200,000 views in September. Now let's keep going. 200,000 views. So there's September. But that doesn't really align. We've got 200,000 views, but we have subscribers all the way down in September. So see how subscriber numbers are all the way up around 4,000. 4,000, nearly 5,000, no, 4,500 in July. And then August, we've got like 1,000 up. And then they're going right down in September. Right. So it makes me wonder what happened in August. See, I wonder whether or not there was some sort of activity on her channel in August that made a flush happen, like potentially a bunch of subscribers came in that weren't real subscribers, or a bunch of views came in that weren't real views, and then in September they got pushed out. So maybe that number went down here. Yeah. Invalid traffic, is that even a thing? Absolutely, it's a thing. Right? So invalid traffic means that views aren't real views. They're those ones that you get from the farms, you know, the rooms full of mobile phones that are all viewing a stream or a video for like 30 seconds in order to register a view. Yeah. The trial ended, the trial ended back here. And then this. So, I mean, it could be nothing. It could just be that the trial ended and she wasn't creating enough content and she's just saying this thing about bots and invalid traffic.
Sure.
It could just be cope. Or it could be that either herself or somebody else has bought for her some views or some subscribers and they've been flushed out in order to cause that lull there. One or the other. I just find her use of wording to be really interesting, because why would you say something like that? Like, why? And unless either someone has said those words to you and you're repeating them, or you have done something to cause that. The bulk of drop off was post trial. Then again, when she stopped making videos. Yeah. She didn't lose revenue the following month. It just was a huge drop off. Yeah. No, it's not bought bots so much. It's buying either views or subscribers. You can do either. If you just search Google search it, you can see like there's lots of shady providers out there. But then when YouTube comes along and like the little spiders or whatever they are, they look at it and go, hang on, there's activity on your channel that's not real, and they don't like it, and they'll push you down and go, no, you can't have those views, you can't have those subscribers. But then again, sometimes creators will actually not be doing anything nefarious like that, but they'll just be having a bad month, and they'll be saying things like, oh, it was bots. Oh, it was the algorithm. When it's not the bots or the algorithm, it's just the fact that they didn't do anything good that month. Like, they didn't put any good content out. So maybe just accept the fact that you weren't actually creating any good content, any good content. It's not some conspiracy against you.
It's muted,
Oh, sorry.
which it might be an added bonus.
It might be. Hang on, I just lost my audio. I just need to share it in. Share it again. Oh, okay, cool. There we go.
Because this is what you can expect from me going forward.
Oh, here we go.
The gloves are off mainly because I don't think gloves serve anybody. I know I'm not for everybody. I don't expect everyone to agree with me on everything. I expect a disagreement. I like healthy pushback. I like to hear other people's perspectives and opinions because I always learn when I listen to other people. So I will say that also, I've never claimed to be an expert on anything really, except for music. I am an expert on that because I do have a master's degree and a bachelor's degree in that. I have a bachelor's degree in music and marketing. So I will claim some authority there. But as far as all of this healing stuff goes, coaching, all of that, I'm not an attorney. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. I just have some experience that I think can help other people. And people who value what I have to say are always welcome here. And people who don't value what I have to say, you're welcome to leave your comments and move along, whichever. But I'm going to say some unpopular opinions now, just so that we can just get it all out of the way. And if you're going to unsubscribe or leave my channel, these things are going to come up again. They're hard topics to talk about. And they're opinions that I have that are going to continue to be voiced on this channel because I want to talk about things in a healthy way. The first thing that I will say is that you can do all the research in the world that you want to do, but if you don't actually talk to people, your research doesn't mean shit.
What? You can research what? Sorry, I'm confused.
The first thing that I will say is that you can do all the research in the world that you want to do, but if you don't actually talk to people, your research doesn't mean shit.
Okay, I feel like that is a direct dig at Crusher. You can research all you want, but if you don't actually talk to people, your research doesn't mean shit. Okay, so Crusher's channel is called Difficult Research. She does research. She talks about it. And that is Meegan picking up that word and saying, if you don't actually talk to people, your research doesn't mean shit. Okay, thank you, Meegan. Thank you for that piece of sage advice. You're full of it. Thank you. Moving on.
I think we need to, number two, I think we need to separate politics from everything else. When I talk about protecting children, people seem to agree with that. But when I say to protect a specific group of people, that's when people start to get a little iffy and weird about it. If I say we should protect all children, people are like, cool, that's awesome. If I say we should protect Palestinian children, then all of a sudden it's political. If I say protect Israeli children, then all of a sudden it's political. Why? Protecting children shouldn't be political. And if I want to come out and talk about a public figure being a bully and a narcissist, people will be on board with that. They'll say, yes, you're right. They're a bully.
Oh, you mean Lauren? Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, well, people get on board with that. Let's all get on board with that. Oh, maybe I don't have a problem with Meegan anymore. Awesome.
They're a narcissist, unless they happen to be a politician. Then all of a sudden I'm being political. No,
is Lauren going into politics? This is news.
That's not really it. It's not about politics. It's about calling out people's bad behavior. Number three, if you're a parent who has lost full or partial custody of your children for any reason whatsoever, you probably have some reflecting to do. Now, I know the court system gets it wrong a lot of the time, and there's a lot of injustice out there, but I've been around the court system in enough custody cases to understand the fact that you have to do some things wrong along the way in order to have that happen to you. Now, I'm not going to say that's universally true, but everyone who's in that situation at least should do some personal reflection. I've had to do it. I've been estranged from one of my children before. I understand what that feels like. And the last thing that I'm going to say, unpopular opinion, is that I'll just start with the God of the Old Testament. The God of the Old Testament is a terrible parent.
Oh my God.
Um,
Now she's having a go at God. Lady, you're talking down to God? You're talking down to God. How arrogant is this person? It's God. You're correcting God on his parenting skills. Jesus Christ. Oh, sorry. That was just a short prayer. Oh, I didn't mean to take the Lord's name in vain. It was a short prayer. Yes, she's smarter than God. Dear me. And Sarah says hi. Yes, smite her. Smite her. I can't with this woman. I just can't. Why? Where? How did she get to the point where she's actually putting down God?
there is there's a lot that we sort of tend to accept out of dogma and out of things that we've always done, things that we've accepted, and we've never really examined whether or not it's healthy. And when I look at the God of the Old Testament, that's not a healthy parent. I know that because I started a blog called God is the Only Perfect Parent. And I quickly had to stop writing it because
that's how she knows, because she started a blog, Dali.
Wow.
Yeah, and she had to stop writing it because when she started writing it, she realized that God is a bad parent. So she knows.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So now she's an expert on being God.
realized that a parent who doesn't get worshipped in the way that they want to be worshipped and then decides to wipe out all of their children in a flood is not a healthy, good parent. So I'm going to continue to talk about these types of subjects. And as always, I welcome your comments, whether they're nice comments or not nice comments.
No, you don't.
What I have to say and what I have to share is helping people, period. I know that's the case. And I know there are people out there who disagree with that. And guess what? I don't fucking care. It's my fucking channel. And I'll say whatever the fuck I want. And I hope that you all have a beautiful fucking day.
Wow. Oh,
My
wow.
ears are not garbage cans. Thank you.
They're not. Oh my God. Oh, that's so great. The way she swore at the end. She's so cool. Isn't she so cool the way she was swearing? Right, Serif? Are we impressed? We're so impressed, right? We're so impressed with her and her swearing. Yeah, because she's really, really cool. Yes, Serif is impressed. Wait, no, we have some comments to read. Just a minute. Yep, hang on. And I'll make sure I've got the right tab up because I have highlighted them. Okay, so, and maybe even some people in chat might recognize themselves. Let me see if here we go. So we'll go like this. Do. Do you want to read that one? Oh, are you here?
Yeah.
You staying? Cool.
It hits me to my core, the visceral feeling I get thinking of what has happened. It's the first real internet trauma I have experienced, seeing the mob attack in real time. And when I think of those people and how pathetic they are, I become nauseous. Sick people, I am so proud of you, and I'm happy you dusted yourself off. There's work too.
Is that it? There's work to. There's actually nothing more to that. But good on you, Sheila Farley. Well done, Sheila Farley. You say it. All right, there's another one.
Great to see you, Meegan. In my opinion, you don't owe bully weirdo ladies, excuse me, don't misgender me, any explanation about your path. You're so positive and grounded. I appreciate your vibe. Sounds like the space can get really toxic for creators. Well, I'm sorry about it. You don't deserve it.
And Hostile Workplace Exposed says, only when you choose to back a liar and defame innocent people, she can't take responsibility. Nice, Hostile Workplace. Oh, I've already put the like on that one. Okay. There we go.
Hi, Meegan. It is nice to see you again. I always enjoyed your channel. I just stopped watching when all the fighting and hating was going on. I don't like haterade. Not by yourself, just drama from other channels. I stopped watching several channels. I didn't like the way Cresh's channel went, so
Hang on a minute. What's going on? Oh, there we go. Read more.
negative. It gave me anxiety watching it. I too come from abuse from my ex, the father of my 4 grown kids. Best of luck, and I've always believed you had a chance to help people.
Had a channel to help people. I don't like the way Crash's channel went so negative. It gave me anxiety watching it. Okay. There you go. Here's another one.
There is something deeply wrong with what happened there. The circling of the wagons to seek to destroy others and damage their relationships with others and their reputations. Yes, so true. And I also noticed last night Crush is back now insulting web sleuth / Trisha. Trisha?
No.
Do.
It's always
Wow.
Trisha.
Damn you, Crusha.
So it's only Crusher that gets the blame for
No.
this.
It's always only Crusha. It's always her fault. Oh,
It's always Crusher's fault. This is so weird. Why did
never
they just pick on
anybody
Crusher?
else's.
No.
Yes. So, whatever your views, no reason to keep making content that is just continuously putting others down. Have you seen YouTube, sweetie?
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest. That's like 90% of content on here.
What these people don't realize is that this is so tame. Like, this kind of content is so tame. Like, if they were to be, if these people were to actually really experience what A-logging is, like if they were, if they were to have this information really dissected by like Kiwi Farms, for example, this would be an ongoing saga for years and years and years. So many people would be pulling all of this information to pieces. This is only a couple of channels over a period of a few months, and the reason it's gone for a while is because it took quite a while for all of the information to come out from the public sources. So they keep saying, oh, well, you just keep coming out with more, and it's just gone on and on and on. Well, I mean, people were defamed, like they really were, and there hasn't been any justice yet. So they said just move along. Okay, well, maybe once it is finalized.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the internet goes and what you can have happen with people going after you,
This is the thing.
this is like a 1 or 2 out of 10. It can
It's
get bad.
It's really
And
nothing.
I don't condone that behavior. But
No. This is very, very tame.
And even while I have made snide remarks that I'm not particularly proud of, I do try to leave insulting people's looks to a minimum. I don't like to just make cheap shots. It's usually going after someone because they're a shit person or they've done something that is irresponsible or questionable.
Imagine if Kino Casino got hold of Lauren. Yeah. Just look them up, guys. All right. Sorry, that Lauren gave me the creeps. It was so bizarre. And then this person.
Those others whose channels do nothing except attack other creators make it very clear who they are. They are miserable, unhappy people who want everyone else to be miserable and unhappy too.
No, I'm all right.
Yeah, yeah. I'm happy. I got my cats with me. You know, I'm happy.
Doing all right. There you go.
I do dislike people that are hater of other YouTubers.
So true. Terrible how Lauren, HTC have treated Meegan, Kay, Colby, and Crasher.
Lauren and John didn't do anything to Meegan, to my knowledge. No, just talk shit about her behind her back. You people need to move on. Seriously.
Move on.
At least one of those individuals you mentioned is badmouthed and abused Meegan horribly. Just because you are a member of a family who's experienced violent tragedies doesn't give you the right to keep paying that abuse forward.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. There you go.
Meegan, you don't have to show receipts. Most people will not pay any attention to trolls who just try to cause pain, confusion, and spread gossip. Keep holding your head up high and don't let the trolls darken your spirit or life. Congratulations to becoming an adjunct professor. I look forward to continuing to follow your YouTube channel. Wishing you all the best.
Well, I'm really interested in knowing what she's actually going to have on her YouTube channel, because I haven't seen anything ever that's had anything to do with anything other than either her cousin or Lauren that's like had any attention. Everything else has just been like her blowing on about her trauma, and that doesn't get any attention. So let's see. Let's see.
Oh. Oh. I had literally no idea what you all were talking about. The haters, the haters. There are so many people making content off of you to just bad gossip, bad hate, and juice make crap videos for others. And unfortunately, some of them might have had good intentions in the beginning. Some might be comedians, joking, but not really funny. Just keep doing what you're doing and ignore them. I'm mysterious. I will too. And I'm at that. It's 11:11.
I don't know what's at 11:11. I don't really care. Oh, some might be comedians, but not really. Oh, is she having a go at our favorites?
You're feeling hella good, just give her a hella chat. Just pay her like you should, just give her a hella chat.
No! And also give us a hella chat if you're still here. That'd be great. Good luck, make a wish. No, Jolene is really is a comedian, whether or not they think she's funny. And come on, like, if you go and watch Jolene, I challenge you not to laugh. I challenge you. I challenge you. You really would have to ignore her not to laugh. You'd have to actually not be watching to not laugh. My guess is that her job as adjunct professor is tutoring kids. Yeah, I wouldn't want her anywhere near my child. Exactly. Hilarious. Let's go to one where Meegan actually talks. Ah, yes.
Anyone else wondering why so many comments were removed?
Thought you welcome negative comments. I have rewatched your pity party grifty stream with others commentating, and you really have embarrassed yourself. There she is.
I'm not embarrassed.
You really should be.
Like, why?
You spent an hour blaming others for your downfall. Have you ever for a second thought that maybe it's just you?
Yup. Yuppers. I fully recognize that I slowed down and then stopped creating content, and that contributed to less revenue. Did you hear that part? Well, that's going to be great if you decide to sue someone.
Sorry, I got distracted. I was directed over to some weirdo howling "fuck you" while playing the piano. Bizarre behavior. I haven't actually seen this piano part. Where is it? Like, we watched the whole thing and people keep saying that she's got a "fuck you" piano song. Someone wants to help me out with that. Okay. And so there she is again going there.
No, nobody. I only remove comments that are spreading false information or are defamatory. I'm fine with truth, but willful ignorance will always get deleted.
Ignorance to you is anything that doesn't fit your narrative. Get help.
Grody, no. Ignorance is anything that ignores facts and portrays an easily digested narrative presented by channels that do no fact checking and just spew whatever gets them clicks and likes and revenue. BRB, taking colon prep.
You bitch. You don't know what fact checking is, you cow. Oh my God. She's so delusional. Oh, all right. And
Gotta pick up Super Bow from the pharmacy. Tastes like rape.
but not seeing actual documentation and facts and just listening to someone who is good at talking is truth. You need to be educated on how to not fall into a cult, sweetie. Oh, look, she said an idol. Sorry, you somehow never learned that.
OMG, you're the literal definition of a flying monkey and you didn't even realize it.
Okay, it's to say that's literal is ridiculous. There is no
Yeah,
flying
I don't
monkeys.
think she is flying and / or a monkey at the moment.
No,
Maybe tomorrow, but I don't know.
maybe no. No, not the moment. She has a point. Why haven't you played the body cam? And why are I dog king down after so much info, after come out about what Lauren was doing? You'd have to be blind or very stupid to not see it. It is hard to trust your judgment. Like, hang on. Oh, there we go. Like this.
Oh. The body cam has been played ad nauseum, and there is no convincing people who see it in a certain light. I refuse to cast my pearls before swine.
What?
Wait. What does this have to do with John? Get it? Swine.
Yes. Wait a minute. Pearls before swine? Is she June the Crafter?
Has she said that?
No, but that sounds like something June the Crafter would say.
It does sound like one of her delightful expressions.
Did she say hogwash and tiddlywinks?
Anyway, let's get back to Brad Pitt.
Yeah, let's get back to Brad Pitt, yeah. That's all we needed to hear.
These people have way too much time on their hands. Remember, these are strangers following strangers, making judgments about strangers. We can call that Stranger Things. Oh, wait, that's taken. And they have dedicated so much anger and times toward them. I can't imagine what it is at home they are running away from. Just an angry cat. But Meegan, forget them. These commenters have nothing to offer you. But BT dubs. I used to work in the music industry, and one guy told me a valuable lesson. Not every negative comment deserves recognition. You absolutely have the right to respond and should if you feel the need, but there is no winning with these people.
Oh, look, there's Valorhawks. Look.
Oh, God, here comes a circle jerk. You really think you know what is true and what isn't? Well, that's actually hilarious. Imagine going through life with your arrogance and fake outrage. towards people you know nothing about, you haven't met or even talked to. Dane, that sucks.
And I just have to go get my fake tan renewed. Whoa.
That was the
best
best description of Meegan I've ever heard.
And we're just going to talk over one another for a bit longer. Hang on. Let me go down a little bit further. There's another one down here I really want to read out. Where is that? There's so many. But God, how does she get so many people even watching this? Oh, this is funny. Actually, can you read that one?
A lot of negativity comes from bots and AI to undermine your presence, confidence. It works because we are human and react with human emotion. And then that is then turned into data that is stored, controlled, and sold. You are healthy. That's debatable. The internet and social media are not. That's true. Read the New Yorker's articles about Sam Altman is eye-opening to AI, the evil undermining current from these billionaires. Gates isn't retired. He is all in with AI. Will scare you, but important. I followed you from the start.
It's all AI, people.
I think
Nothing is real.
I think Bill Gates is just trying to use AI to find a way to slip his wife or ex-wife antibiotics. But anyways.
Yeah.
Grok,
My
how
God.
do I slip my wife penicillin? Thank you.
Look at how many people are buying into this crap. It's nuts. Mean girls mentality. You think this middle school behavior would end there? How devastating for you, Meegan, to have grown women behaving so abominably childish and so very cruelly towards you. My God. Why? Just, in fact, hang on. Just see if I can find it. Jail. This is the one I want to read. So this Jan Kershaw has come along and been really clear and gone, I'm not a hater from the beginning. So she said, I'm not a hater.
Just drink a lot
I
of
am not a
haterade.
hater. Yeah, just very disappointed. I've spent my life championing women. I was hoping to hear an apology about your decision to co-opt with two proven scammers/grifters who try to shame, humiliate, and even jail younger professional women. You do you. Just make sure you carry a mirror to check yourself when vengeance rears its ugly head. Good luck with your journey. Look what Meegan said.
I will never apologize for supporting people I believe in against a horde of angry jelly women who belong in jail because they broke the law.
What? Yeah. I had to show you guys that. I absolutely had to show you guys that. That is ridiculous. That's really how she feels. She really feels that way. Hey, Jolene Raiders.
Hey.
How's it going? That's nuts. After all this time, she really... Hey, sir. Okay. Hello. After all this time, she really feels like the horde of angry, jealous women belong in jail because they broke the law. No, they didn't. Even if you think that they're angry and jealous, how do you think, on what planet did they break the law? What law? Like, because here's the problem. Meegan thinks that she was defamed. So that's one argument that's incorrect. I think that she would have a really hard time proving any defamation of herself.
Mm.
But okay, she thinks that. But the other problem is she's under this false idea. She's completely convinced that Christina was in breach of the civil stalking injunction, that she actually was going to be found in contempt of that civil stalking injunction. She really believes that. And she's wrong. Like, she would have been taken away to jail if she was in contempt of the civil stalking injunction. So she's wrong. She's flat out wrong. And she keeps saying it over and over again. So if anything's defamation, that is defamation. Like, flat out. No question. I just don't get how she can continue to say that unless she's completely stupid. And then to be going, oh, well, I mean, so you're people out here are talking about me having other people write my scripts or potentially being on drugs, and that's defamation. And I could sue people for that. Whereas she's not worried about the fact that she's called Christina a stalker many, many times, and also spoken at length about Christina being in breach of the civil stalking injunction, which she's not. She's just flat out not. It's really simple. She's just not. She lost so much money, so obviously she thinks she'd win a defamation case. Well, I mean, here's the other problem. She's gone and just shown everybody in her live that she didn't lose very much money at all. So she was only ever making, at the most, a couple of $1,000s a month. So there's that. So she made it really, really clear that there was never very much money to lose. So if she was going to sue for loss of income, then that's one part of it. But then she would have to show further loss in order for it to be worth it. So she'd have to go into personal pain and suffering. Now, that's always a can of worms or a Pandora's box you'd be opening. I think that from what Meegan has said, she's already decided against suing for defamation. In her words, it's not worth it because the people that she'd be suing, they're not making much money anyway. There wouldn't be any money to collect.
Yeah.
But she'd win. Right? What's this?
And
she just said
thank you for the super chat. She just said to go ahead and make a TikTok channel trashing her and hating her. Yeah, when someone that did that to her bestie, Lauren Matthias, it's awful and mean.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to say.
Yeah.
Right? And thank you for the $4.99.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get
And
this?
oh yes, hey Chuck Anderson's granddaughter, thank you for becoming a YouTube member again. And I think you
Yes.
gave a gifted membership
Yes.
as well. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. And look, Serif says hi, everybody. Hello.
Aw.
Hello. Hey, buddy. He doesn't come on stream very often anymore.
No.
He doesn't. No, he doesn't. Now, Meegan got mad when I brought up what the judge said to Lauren in court before Lauren dropped the stalking case. Oh, she does. She doesn't like hearing about what happened in court because she heard a completely different set of words in that audio than the rest of us did. She heard it completely differently. She heard, it was like she was listening to some garble backwards. And to her, it sounded like Christina was the stalker and Christina was in breach of the civil stalking injunction and he was just about to put some handcuffs on her and send her to jail. Except the hearing got continued and so he just put it off for a bit. That's all. He just put it off for a little while. So in her mind, that's what happened at that hearing. It was only a matter of time before she was going to be carted off to jail. It would have happened if it weren't for the fact that Law and Crime came along and they were going to stream the hearing. And so Lauren called it off. But otherwise, she would have been taken to jail. Yeah. As like she's deserved to. I still can't understand how she can be an adjunct professor when she couldn't be bothered doing a life coaching course. Well, yeah. But look, she's gotten the attention she wanted. Her stream this week has gotten her some attention, clearly. So here you go. Here's your attention, Meegan. Nicely done. Well done. Nicely done. And yes, the mistreatment of you. We've all heard about it.
The mistreatment of me.
Yeah, we all feel very, very sorry for you. And I'm sure you'll get a few dollars out of it. And everyone's very proud of you that you've got a job because you're going to need it. Clearly, that book is not making you any money. And YouTube channel wasn't a great idea to try and do that as a full-time job. Doesn't work out for many people. It's very, very hard, and you got to have thick skin. And it's really, really clear that you do not have thick skin, Meegan, at all. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, everybody. We are going to be on David's channel tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern, making Lego. There we are. That's what I'm going to be making, everybody. I'm going to be making this Mercedes F1 AMG Petronas Formula One team. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I've never made anything like this before. This actually belongs to my daughter. She made it up and she dismantled it for me, so I'd have to make it again. Yep. And do we have a link for that, Miss Half Irish in chat? That would be awesome. So yeah, 9 p.m. Eastern on Lego Law and Libations, I think it's called.
Yep.
Fantastic. Cool. And yeah, so that is a interview show where we sit and we make Lego and get asked embarrassing questions. I do have to send a list of off the table topics to them. If I don't, God just knows what's going to happen. All right. What's this? Is that the link?
Yeah.
Oh, do we want to play the FU song or not?
Maybe next time.
Yeah.
I'm just a little.
He's about to.
Yeah, I'm about to pass out.
He's about to pass out, and probably Serif is too. Serif's doing well, though. Serif's doing very well. Thank you all for being here. Much appreciated. I'll see you on Legos tomorrow, and so will he. Don't know how you're going to manage it. We start at 9 p.m. Eastern, so you're going to have a big nap.
Yeah.
Beforehand. Yes, you are.
I guess I could do that.
Yeah, you can have a big nap. You'll be fine. It's all right. Thank you, guys, and have a great rest of your day. Oh, look, Sarah says hi. Bye, guys.
Her name was Hella. She was an Aussie. She was a fake lawyer from the future. She got on YouTube and made some live streams. The co-host is Dali and she dances sometimes. The words are always so loud and because she's an 803. To be excited ignorance. Her cat is